Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the audio edition. Well, you see a picture on your screen, but the video part, the visual part, will be kept to an absolute minimum, bare bones. Just a 5-card spread, that's it. And the reason is very simple. Less distraction. You and I live in a pool of distraction. One kind or another. Doesn't make any difference. Could be entertainment, politics, medicine, health, whatever. Doesn't make any difference. There's one disaster, one headline after another. You're getting buried in it. And it's nonstop, 24/7, 365. It's going constantly. That's intentional. That's intentional. Because if they can keep you distracted, they got control of you. You're not paying attention to the important stuff. That's why the TikTok mentality, I was reading a story back a few days ago. In the 1950s, people were able to focus on a particular thing for just a little over 2.5 minutes. Okay, so they were talking about newspaper stories. They were able to read a sufficient amount of a newspaper story to have most, if not all, of the important information. Just last year, they did a study. We're lucky to get to 30 seconds. Now, from the 1950s and 60s, we're almost at 3 minutes. We're now down to 30 seconds. What does that do to the mentality? Well, it says, first of all, we're almost incapable of having any deep or meaningful thoughts. It's just headlines, little bits and pieces of information, but not the whole story. Makes you easier to control, because if they know all you're looking at is the headline, then they're going to focus on the headline. And they can shape that any way they want to get you to think what they want. And very often you will think what you already have thought, so it really is not stretching your intelligence. That's the idea. So they keep throwing one thing after another, one thing after another, one thing after another, just overloads you. So as opposed to the 1950s where we almost can concentrate for 3 minutes at a time, now we're down to about a little over 30 seconds at a time. What? So all you have is the 5 cards. That's it. My job is to inspire you, is to create a storyline about the energy around you right now. You choose whether or not it fits you, it feels right. I can guarantee you that every frequency, because I do a brand new read every day, 365, every day. The frequency does fit you, but it may fit you in a way that is either not readily apparent or is very tangential, very superficial, just surface. When it really hits you, you'll know it, you'll feel it, and jump on it, certainly. So the center card is the Oracle card, and that has the overall feeling. And this is the Unfinished Symphony. It shows this gal sitting on a flexible piano key set. I don't know the blue things that she's sitting on. Could be an egg, I suppose. There's kind of a face in there. Anyway, the number up top, above her, directly above her, is 10. 1 and 0. 1 is new beginnings. 0 is having a clean slate. Also, there's a spiritual quality to it as well. So, okay. An unfinished symphony that maybe you're getting ready to complete, or at least a chapter of it. You're ready to move on to something new, still related to the same storyline, your life. Okay. All right, so let's get to it. All the way to the left we go. We go to Justice. Justice is looking for fairness, for truth, for logic, for balance. That's really what justice is. Be fair. Be balanced. I know sometimes some things are going to go against me. The decision is against me. But you know what? Okay, that's life. Sometimes you take a hit. But I also want to get the good stuff too. Okay? So occasionally you take a hit. All right, I'm a big boy. I can handle it. But give me a pat on the back when I deserve it. That's justice. And the next card is very complimentary. It's temperance. Again, balance, patience, a healing. And there's a healing you can see in the card, pouring one cup into another. And one cup looks gold, the other looks silver. So again, there's the idea of balance, of fairness. And that's really what we start off this reading with. Here we're talking about your life, the unfinished symphony, how your life just keeps moving from one chapter to another. And at this point, what's really important to you is fairness, it's balance, it's truth. Maybe that's been missing. And if you look over the last 3 years, at least truth, fairness, and balance have been almost non-existent. You've been lied to left and right. Fact of the matter is, I don't care how old you are, you've been lied to all of your life. All of your life. Most of what you think is true isn't. And it's only within the last 3 years that that curtain has been moved back and we've had a chance to see what's really behind what we call life. And it's been ugly. And it's getting uglier. That's why in your life, this unfinished symphony, you want a break, you want fairness, you want justice, you want balance. Please, just be fair. Be honest. Is that asking too much? The meme today kind of works in with this idea, and it's a long one. The meme for today is, what's meant for you has a funny way of finding you at the right moment, when you are the readiest to receive. Thing is, you won't always know if you're ready, and everything may unfold unexpectedly. That's where a leap of faith comes in. Trust and believe. And isn't that really life? We go through planning, and we think that much of what we do shapes our life, or our lives, generically. And I think there's big room for fate and faith. Because no matter how you plan life, there's always surprises. And I don't give a damn if you're a billionaire. They get blindsided all the time, just like all the rest of us. They just have a lot of money. They can cover up the wound and move on much more quickly. For other people, not so easy. But I think it lays it out very nicely. We're talking about fairness. We're talking about balance. We're talking about temperance, moderation, truth, honesty, logic. Something that's meant for you is going to find you when you're ready. Thing is, you don't always know you're ready, so you got to go on faith. That's where this unfinished symphony begins. And what will help out a great deal in all of this is the Knight of Pentacles. Knights are always bringing gifts. Pentacles are values. I mean, real values. Love, happiness, joy, friendship, gratitude, positivity, peace, purpose. You notice I didn't mention anything there about money or houses or cars, because that's not what is important. It's the people, it's the human connections that really matter. In the end, okay, the money can make it easier or harder. And just because you have a lot of money doesn't make it easier, because you got a lot of money, you got a lot of people coming after you to take that money from you. That's not very peaceful. So we all have our cross to bear. We all have our journey to take. Life for every one of us is an unfinished symphony. And the best way to navigate that is with the Knight of Pentacles. Have a good, clear set of honest values. And you will find the vast majority of time has nothing to do with possessions. It has to do with memories, connections, feelings. And as part of this story, the Unfinished Symphony, you have something in mind. You have an image in your mind in terms of what it would take to take this next step to this unfinished symphony you call your life. Nine of Cups says it's a happy place, it's a loving place, it's a supportive place. There's fulfillment there. You get what you want, but let's do it this way. You get what you need. You don't always get what you want, but you always get what you need. And what you need is some love, some peace, some honesty, some connection. That is the next chapter in your life, this unfinished symphony. Trust and believe. So, that's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao Manifested Tarot reading. Hope you're here with me. Between now and the next time we get together and talking tarot, peace and blessings.